Okay, so now we have created an activity, but just remember that whenever you create a new activity, just always remember to add it in a manifest file. So I have already add this in the manifest file. Always remember the add, otherwise it will give you an error. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now I will access the data from the database server. So just what you do, first get reference to our node to read the data from that node. So I will create one. I have already created. I will create for you one data member at database reference owns as mrf. Let it be m database reference. Okay, so that will be m database reference. So first get instance of the Firebase database, and then get reference, and we want the child as the book where in our books are stored. So always remember to write it in double quote. In last lecture I have in one lecture before the last lecture I forgot to add it in the double quotes, like which was that, I'll show you. Here I wrote it in single column. You just always remember to write it in double column, otherwise it will give you an error. Okay, so write it in double quote book, and the name of the node was book. Okay, so now we have got reference to that. So to read data from that, we have to add a data listener, so that we can read data from that. So for that we will create a new value. For that we have to create a value event listener. So we will create a new value event listener. Let it be listener to listen, or we other in our word we can say that to read data. So listener as new value event listener. So in this there will be two functions there on data change and on cancel. So you have to write here in on data change. So the data snapshot will give you the all the childrens of the of that node, at the book, all the nodes of all the childrens of the node which is named as book. So as we have uploaded two books, so there will be two childrens. So okay, so I will first initialize two books as book b1 and book b2. Okay, and then what I will do, I will iterate over that. For data snapshot, that are children's, no, just name it as children's, and snapshot this data snapshot, write this data snapshot which contains the data dot get children. Okay, so as we will be reading only two books, as you know that. So for that let me create one integer variable equal to 0, and for first book it will be 0. So okay, if I equal to 0, let that b1 book will be the given name. So assign data to b1 as children's dot get value. You have to give also the name of the class, that is, what is the name of the class? Book dot class. Okay, so now we have to set the text on your text view. Okay, so we will access the text view as book name. Okay, typecast it, find view by id or dot id dot first book. Okay, and just set text of it as b1 dot get book name. Okay, and just increment I, so that we can assign it for another book. So we'll write another loop. If I equal to 1, just call I equal to 1, then for initialize book to children's dot get value and give class name book dot class, and you have to set text. So access the text view using book name, let it be as 2, text view find view by id or dot id dot second book. Okay, and set text of it as b2 dot get book name. Okay, and then we have to, after that, add here semicolon. After that we have to attach this value and listener to our database reference. So we will attach it, and database reference dot add, and our value and listener is m listener. Okay, so we will run now to check whether it is working properly or not. So it is giving one error, it is expecting okay semicolon. Okay, so it is, there are no errors now, it is work properly, it is installed. I will show you. Just click admin, show available books, it is processing. So look, 2 book name Jerry and Tom. So now we are successful in reading data from our Firebase database. Thanks.